Hi all, my name is Maria. I'm a face yoga teacher, an Ayurvedic practitioner, and a co-founder of Magical Medicine. And today I would like to discuss why wrinkles are actually forming and what we can do to undo them. Is it actually possible? What procedures are actually working and which ones are just myths? So let's dive straight in. First, let's understand what is wrinkle. Wrinkle just is a crease on the skin. That's what we see on the skin. And wrinkles may be physiological. So physiological wrinkle is what happens on the skin when we do some mimicry. So when, for example, when I frown my eyebrows, frown my forehead, you can see wrinkles forming. But when I relax, there are no wrinkles. So that's a physiological process. That's how we humans are made. We are made to have facial expressions, to express our feelings and communicate with other human beings in this way. So what is then pathological or non-physiological wrinkle is when you frown and then you relax, but the wrinkles are still there. And the reasons for those wrinkles is actually not, um, it's not the skin which is to blame for that. And most people are not aware of that because what happens is wrinkles mainly form due to muscle tension. So when muscles of the face contract and then they don't go into the physiological state of balance, they don't relax properly, then the wrinkles just stay in place. So we frown, relax, but the wrinkles are still there. And these are wrinkles that we can work off, but the only way to work with those wrinkles is actually start engaging the musculature of the face and bring the muscles of the face into the physiological state of balance. Let's now discuss, like many people say that we need to relax the muscles, and that's exactly the theory behind Botox. That's why Botox is called a preventative for wrinkle formation. It's because if we relax our face and we don't engage in any mimicry, then we're not gonna see any wrinkles. And that's exactly not true, because muscles also give shape to our face. And along with muscle movements, um, there is a pressure on the bones. So bones of the face and the skull, they're stronger. They get stronger, and they have less tendency to degrade with age. And we also, as muscles contract, we have blood flow to the skin, so the skin nourishment, and lymphatic flow is also initiated with the muscle movement. So if the muscle is completely constantly relaxed, we will definitely see aging progressing, but with time. So for example, if somebody decides to go for Botox injection, then what they will see immediately is that the muscle relaxes and the skin is smooth. That's because the wrinkles, as we said, form in the muscles. So as the muscle is now relaxed, we don't see any wrinkles. But it's a great solution if you want to see immediate result here, today, now. Then definitely Botox is a treatment of your choice. But in the long run, what happens is that muscle becomes, if you keep injecting Botox into the same place, and muscles becomes weaker and weaker, it stops contracting. So there is no blood flow, there is no lymphatic drainage, it doesn't pull on the bones, so bones start degrading, and the muscle volume is getting lost. So like when you break an arm, and with time when you remove the cast, then you see that the muscles become wasted. That the same happens with our face. If we don't engage these muscles into any kind of movement, then they start wasting. So, but there is a solution, so don't worry, bear with me, I'll explain everything. So what we need to do to avoid those wrinkles, because what most people think is like, okay, I get this expensive cream, this super fancy treatment and I will get rid of my wrinkles, or I just get Botox preventatively and I will never have wrinkles. Well, if you get Botox repetitively, you may not have wrinkles, but you will have loss of facial volume with time, and it will not help you look younger. And one of the best proofs for that is if you look at the celebrities, because these people are people who have access to all treatments and facilities. They can inject Botox, they can have plastic surgery, but as they approach 50s, 60s and beyond, you can still see that this person is not 20. And even in their 40s, you can see that it's not, they don't stay the same age forever. So you can still see the aging process in them. And this is the best proof, because these people, they have everything. They have their own cosmetologist, they have their own makeup artist, they have own hairstylist, their videos are edited, their photos are edited. So if with all this team behind them and all the extra editing and all the treatments that they can afford, they still don't look same age, then you can definitely infer that it's not going to work. If it doesn't work for them, why would it work for you? And that's why the Botox is a great treatment if you want immediate results, but in the long run, it's not good for prevention, and it actually will accelerate the signs of aging. Like the skin will look saggier, there will be loss of facial volume, then you will need fillers, plastic surgery. Basically, you're hooked on long-term investments. And obviously, it's okay for people who are happy to invest 10, 15,000 a year into their beauty. But for people like me who can't really, I don't really have 15,000 to invest into my facial procedures per year, and I don't want to. I mean, if I had, I probably would invest into something else. But good news, we still have hope. There are still amazing treatments which work. And as I explained, because the wrinkles form, actually I have a picture here, so here is the skin musculature, yeah, and the wrinkles form on the contraction of the muscle. And what happens is the skin, just as a tight material, like as a dress, hugs me now. So I can't blame the dress for my body shape. If I say, oh yeah, I look like that because of the dress. Well, a little bit maybe, yes, but mainly that's my body shape. That what the dress does, it just hugs it. So the same happens with the skin. It basically hugs what's underneath it, and the problem is mainly in the muscles. So if we work on the muscles with face yoga, I don't mean solely the exercises. It's both exercises to strengthen the muscle and massages to lengthen the muscles, to relax it. So we want to return the muscles into the state of physiological balance. That's the aim of yoga. We're not meaning to muscle build the muscles of the face, and then actually it's absolutely contraindicated. Because if you start overdoing with the muscles of the face, what happens is you may burn your facial fat, and you will actually look older and not young. So the aim of yoga is to bring the muscles into the physiological state of balance with exercises and massages. And another reason for wrinkles, so as I said, the wrinkles form in the muscles, and it's not just because of the tension in the muscle, but also, as you understand, there are several muscle groups involved in any kind of expressions. So as I frown my forehead, you may think that it's just the forehead muscle, frontalis muscle, but the truth is that Also, the occipital muscle is involved. Also, the eyebrow muscles are involved. The muscles of the eyes are somewhat involved. The temple muscles. So everything is interconnected. And in that understanding, if there is tension in some muscles, too much tension in some muscles, and others are overly relaxed, tense muscles are compensating. They are taking on the work, and then there is imbalance, and that will show as wrinkles. So it is possible to remove wrinkles in a natural, holistic way, and you don't need to spend thousands on that. And it can also be absolutely healthy and beneficial for you, because the aim of face yoga is working holistically and systematically with the body. It's not concentrating on one area. It's actually improves your entire health and your mood as you look into the mirror and enjoy your reflection. One more reason why wrinkles form is that with age, the soft tissues of the face, well, this doesn't really represent it very well, but there are also facial fat pockets, and those, the soft tissues of the face, the layers start moving one against each other. And as the layers are moving one against each other, then we can see wrinkles. For example, the fatty layers start drooping down, and one of the main reasons for that is also the lack of muscle strength, so that the the fatty layers start moving down, and then we see wrinkles like we see, for example, here we see nasolabial folds. We can start seeing the wrinkles on the or droopiness on the lower jaw. And here again, we need to do exercises and massages. And the earlier the start, the better results we get. So best preventative is actually face yoga. Face yoga in the meaning of both massages and exercises. Because if you start early, then you just work regularly. And face yoga is like going to the gym. Some people may choose to take pills to get slimmer or do a surgery, but most of us know that in order to be fit, we actually need to do some lifestyle alterations. We have to go to gym and exercise, and we also have to adjust our diet. And unless and until we follow all the rules and balance all the both, especially diet and exercises, we're not going to really get good results. But some people are willing to want immediate results, so they'd rather take a pill. So in the same way, when you do Botox or you do plastic surgery or you insert a filler, it's the same way as like taking Prozac to lose body weight. It will give you results, and it will give you your results immediately, but it's not a solution. It's just masking the problem and adding this problem, basically contributing to the decline of your body. And I mean, it's not a judgment, it's just a fact. And the choice is for everyone to make. I'm here to spread this information, and then everybody, I believe everybody who's watching me is mature enough to make their own decisions about the procedures that they want to go ahead for their face. And lastly, why wrinkles are forming, and that's the factor that everybody knows about, is the skin. And but these wrinkles which form on the skin, they are mainly connected with lack of hydration or lack of nourishment to the skin. And that can be caused by many factors, really. It can be caused by sun damage, it can be caused by poor diet, it can be also caused by lack of nutrition to the skin. because we don't get enough nutrients to the skin, and the skin surface start to show it like small wrinkles, not deep but superficial wrinkles on the skin. This actually is easier to target because the more you nourish your skin, the better results you will see. And the mimicry wrinkles, the deeper wrinkles on the forehead, around the eyes, you can't really undo them with expensive creams, because the root cause is not the skin. The root cause is muscular imbalances and moving of the soft tissues of the face, of the layers of the soft tissues of the face, of one against another. And these are the main reasons for wrinkle formation. I hope this was interesting, and I hope you learned something new. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like it and subscribe to our channel.